If you found Clay a little bit too confusing, hard, or even expensive, and you just need to run some simple enrichments or searches, then Lemlist's new tool, which is Lemlist for Sheets, might be just what you're looking for. So in this video, I'm going to walk through how to set up the Lemlist for Sheets, what it is, how it works, and then actually show you some examples. If you haven't seen my videos before, my name is Mark Colgan. I'm a B2B sales consultant, and I love recording videos about sales tech and actually giving practical use cases for it. So here is this is from Lemlist. I didn't design this, but you install the extension, you launch the extension in your sheet, and then you start playing around. So you can find companies or leads at companies, extract data from the web, run custom AI prompts. You do need to connect this to your own AI API keys. So I've got it connected to OpenAI. You can sync it with your CRM, and you can push to your favorite sales engagement platform, which is Lemlist in this case. So here is the blank page. So on the left here, on the right, sorry, you can see that I've got Lemlist for Sheets. So I've installed the extension, and then I've simply clicked here, and then I've clicked on Lemlist for Sheets and then clicked open. Now this will open up. It's just going to refresh now. And now you can see the different options. So I can enrich company information, I can enrich person info, I can find leads in companies, I can extract data, I can clean info, I can use some AI features as well. I've got some different examples to run through, so feel free to skip ahead to that part of the video that might be most relevant for you. And then just on the integration side, before you get started, you do have to connect this to your OpenAI if you want to run any AI, and then also Lemlist. So if you just go here, you can see that I've connected it to Lemlist using the free account. I should have mentioned that before. This is totally free. I think you get around 2,000 credits per month. And I've been playing around with this and it hasn't cost me anything whatsoever. And of course, you can add it to Anthropic, Perplexity, and OpenAI, but these would require you to have paid accounts. However, you can sign up to Lemlist for free and then connect the sheet. So the first thing we're going to do is find people in a company. So I've got a list of domains here. You'll see in these examples, they're just random. I've got 10 different rows for each example. And now let's say in this use case, I want to find the brand manager at these e-commerce brands. So I'll click over here and I'll say find people in company. So, sorry, it's just here. Find people in company. And now it needs to select the sheet. It usually picks the sheet that you're on, so that's correct. Find people by domain, because that's the information I've got here. So you would need to have a list of domains, LinkedIn URL, or a name. But I'm just going to select and say that the domain link or column is called domain. Now I want to type in my search term. So my job title is just brand manager. I'm putting these in speech marks, so it's an exact match. I'm going to hit enter or add. So I'm going to job title exclude, don't worry, limit per company. I'm just going to keep it to 2. These companies aren't too big, so let's run this, and it will say runs from row 2 to 11. That's 2 to 11. So I'm going to run all rows, and now it's going to go in the background and look for people, which it has found here. Didn't find anybody at this particular website. And now it's created a new sheet, which is the people that it's found. So here we can see that Crystal and Brett, they are e-promotional products, sorry, the company name, and their title hasn't pulled through for some reason, but let's have a quick look at Kat. Let's have a quick look at Ben. They should, in theory, have brand manager. So that's great. That's correct. Kat is head of operations, but she's got brand manager here. So it's not going to be perfect. But that is one way of finding people in a company. Now, the next thing that we want to do is find companies. So this is coming down back to the main part, find leads in companies, and then find companies. Now, this is essentially using filters to look up in a database of different companies. So I'm going to start with a filter. I definitely want to find market. I want to find B2B, and I don't want any B2C. I'm going to add another filter and say that their country has to be United Kingdom. And then I'm going to add another filter. I want to find that their company size is between 11 and 50. Let me just run this, see what comes up. So this is going to pull out a number of different results. I don't remember saying how many. Oh, here we are, 10. So it's just going to pull out 10 companies. Now, this might be nice to have rather than something that you can use on a day-to-day basis, because you really want to build more specific lists of companies. But I'm not sure why that's not run. So let me just click run again. I think it's because I'm moving that it's okay, very weird. It's not working. Moving on to the next one, enrich LinkedIn profiles. So I have a list of people. So I've got their full name, the company that they worked at, and their LinkedIn URL. But let's say I want to find more information about each of these. So I go to enrich person info, and I'm just going to click on job title for now. But what I'm actually going to do is select all of these options. So first of all, I need to map that the LinkedIn URL, which is what we want to look up these people by, is in this column called LinkedIn URL. And then because I have their current company, I don't need that, but I need the company website, the connections that they have, their current job start date, years of experience, their location, profile. Okay, so let's hit run. I'm going to say run on all rows. Again, I'm just using an example of 10 here. And you can see that it's added the columns. So the title, current company, which should all relate to these. And now I can see how many connections they've got, when they currently started their recent job, the years of experience, the location, the profile photo, if I needed that, I don't, and the lead industry. So again, this data is going to be incomplete, but it helps you go from just a full name, company, and LinkedIn to having a title and more information about the individual. Okay, I've got a list of email addresses. This could have been inbound leads, and I want to extract the domain names from these emails. So I'm going to click on extract data. I'm going to extract domain from email. Select the sheet is extract domain from emails, and then the column is email. Click run, run all rows. And it's going to go, it should be going through these and just pulling out the list of domains. Perfect. Okay. I think one more example, or two more, enrich company info. So going back here now, so let's say you've got a list of domains and you want to find out more information about their location, their size. So I'm going to click enrich company info. I'm going to click on industry because I just want to get to this bit here. I need to select domain because all I have is a list of domains. Now you might have built a list and only have the domains. You might have bought a list, or you've been at a conference and this was a list of attendees, or the companies that attended at least. So now I want everything: company name, company industry, company profile. I've got their website, so I don't need that. Their city, their headquarters, headcount, description, founded date, don't really need that. Followers count, employee count, growth. Are they hiring? Yes or no? Let's do that. Okay, let's do everything. Cool. Let's run. And run all rows. Now, because I'm asking for a lot of information here, it's probably going to take a little while for it to come back, although that's pretty quick. So now I'm seeing that Rapid Scale is a technology company. They're based in Raleigh in North Carolina in the United States. They have 576 employees. Here's a description. I think that's probably pulling through from LinkedIn. They have 16,000 followers on LinkedIn, but only 61 people... 61. I'm not sure if this is increase. Well, I'm sure it is actually employee count growth. So they've increased by 61 or 61%. That's what I'm not too sure on. True, more than 6 months was their last funding round. B2B, their customer type, they're privately held. And then here's a list of all the technology that they're using on their website. So I think actually I can ask AI to tell me if they are using a specific technology. I can see Google Analytics is here. So let me just use that as the example because I know that the result should be correct. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to say AI features, and then I'm going to say run a custom AI prompt. Now select sheet, enrich company info. So that's the right sheet. And now I want it to say, look at the tech stack being used, that is company is using here. Now I'm going to do /, and now I want to select the column. So I'm telling this AI agent to look for this column, and the way I did that was just type /, and then I started typing in tech. If they use Google Analytics, output true. So whenever you work with prompts like this, especially for kind of data analysis, it sometimes can take a few different goes to get this right. But I'm going to click on run and run 10 rows. And again, this is using my OpenAI key. It's actually using the 3.5 turbo. For a prompt like this, then that's okay. Usually 3.5 turbo is going to be okay. Now it looks like everybody was. So let me pick one that isn't. I don't know what this one is, so I'm going to pick this. So I'm just going to change this to pre-act, run all rows, and it should. Okay, it's coming in the second prompt here. So this one is Google Analytics. And now this one is pre-act, false. So we did see, so this one is where I saw pre-act. These two are using pre-act. The others seem to be not using pre-act. So again, a simple way of analyzing a large set of data. And again, for a lot cheaper, this is free at the moment, other than my OpenAI API key, but that would have cost not even a cent to do all this. And then lastly, classify job title. So here I want to see what these people's job titles are, but I want to put it into a specific category. Are they sales? Are they marketing? So again, I'll use AI for this, and I just prepared the prompt a little bit earlier. So classify these job titles. And again, I want to say where title is. Last thing, I almost made a mistake here. This one is classify job title. And now I'm going to type / title. Into departments, only output the main department name, examples, sales, marketing. So again, I'm giving the AI just a little bit of guidance as to what I'm expecting it to show up in these prompts, in these columns. So I'm going to run 10 rows, and it shouldn't take too long. So the solutions engineer should be engineering, the account executive should be sales, BDS, sales, evaluator, I have no idea. Chief of staff, that's difficult, that could be operations, executive, that's good. Sales, that should be sales or marketing. Let's see what it says. Sales, that's probably going to be finance, this one, controller. So again, we've used AI to to analyze and classify what these job titles are, which you could then use in your outreach or your outbound. So really smart tool, especially if you're on a budget, and especially if you find tools like Clay a little bit too confusing. You can test out the Lemlist Sheets extension. Like I said, it's completely free. If you're not using the AI, then you won't have to pay anything for this. And you can build out your lists. You can enrich the data and pull data from other sources, just like I did here with the Find People in Company. And also enrich LinkedIn profiles too. So yeah, give it a go. If you have any questions, just let me know.